Are you ready to learn how to perm hair at home? Hello, I'm Renee with Modern Homemakers, and today we're going to learn how to perm hair at home. So if you want that little curl, little body to your hair, I'm going to show you how to do that and with my lovely model, Miss Dottie. And as a disclaimer, you will be working with chemicals if you do a home permanent, and so you will be assuming the risk or the liability of working with chemicals if you do decide to do this on your own. The first step to perm hair at home is you need the hair wet. So our model is my mom, Dolly, and she's already washed her hair, but it's gotten dry, so we're going to get it wet again. She has very straight, fine hair. Also needs to have some color, which we'll do that later. You don't want to do a perm and hair color on the same day. So we're going to do the perm today, and then we'll wait about a week and do the hair color, because the perm kind of strips out hair color, so this is going to get even lighter after that permanent solution is on there. So that's why we're going to wait and do that hair color in about a week, or at least a few days from now. So her hair is very fine, and she just doesn't care for it straight. She wants some more body, some more curl. So the first thing, you wash it to get all of the shampoo, to get all of the hairspray or anything like that out of it. It needs to be wet, so anytime it gets dry, just spray it down again to keep it wet. Now there's all different kinds of sizes of permanent rods. So she likes her hair kind of a little bit tight. She kind of likes a tight curl. We're going to split the difference because I prefer more of a body, and so I think it will look nicer if it isn't super tight, but yet I know she does want pretty firm curl. So we're going to use a combination of those different sizes. So I have a few different permanent rods down here for you to see. Like these are really small. That would be like more, if you remember, like whenever you wanted it like real kinky looking, that would give you that look. I'm going to use probably this size. This would be more like a body weight, but I'm going to mix some of these smaller ones in there because she wants that little bit. And if you look at the end, you can see the diameter of them. So I've got 3 different sizes. You also need permanent papers, end papers. These are one use. You use them one time and then you pitch them. And then our permanent, now used to, you could never buy these without a beauty license. So thanks to the wonders of the internet, we just found the same permanent that I bought with my beauty license. We found it online. So well, you could buy this exact same one if you want, or you can buy, they have other brands that are not the professional brands that you can buy at like a drugstore or superstore. Okay, so those are the things that you'll need. You also need some cotton to put around the neck, and I'll show you how to do that later. So you want to get all these tangles out. And you will need to keep reapplying that water as you go. All right, I'm going to, Mom, could I have you stand up, and we're going to flip you around to start. I don't have a chair that flips. I used to have a beauty shop in my home back whenever my kids were small, and I had the regular beauty shop equipment, but anymore, it's been many years since I went to beauty school, so I'm sure things have changed. I am not the most modern person, but these basic skills, how to cut hair, how to do a perm, those are things that haven't really changed that much, and it'll save you a lot of money if you want to learn these skills so you can do these things at home. Depending on what part of the country you are in, I would say you probably spend at least $65 to go to the salon and get a perm, and probably a lot more than that because you might get a style and a cut and those other things. Or you could do it yourself for probably about $5 to $7. Alright, so I just divided this front and back. And I'm not even, you know, super worried about it being totally straight. It's not really that important. So we're sectioning. We want the, let me put a permanent rod up here so you can see the size of the permanent rod. That's how big I'm going to, of a section of hair I'm going to use. So not that you need to do that each time, but that might be helpful as you're starting. So this rod is about the same size as the section of hair. You can see it's about the same length, about the same depth. You need an end paper, so you come straight up. The end paper is going to go past the ends of the hair, and you want the hair to take pretty much the width of that end paper. So I'm going to do this one, and then I'll show you a couple of things not to do. Oh, and I want to point out we are wrapping in water. You know, sometimes professionals wrap in the permanent solution. We are not doing that because you have to be really fast to do it wrapping in the permanent solution. So we're just wrapping in water because you would fry your hair if it's on there too long. All right, here's a couple of things you don't want to do. This would be wrong. It would be wrong to pull the hair down like that, because if I did that, then when I roll it, I'll go ahead and roll it so you can see. See how that, we've got this big long flat spot. You don't want that. That's why you want it to do straight up. Another thing that would be wrong would be to comb this hair into a little point. So if I comb that hair into a little point and put it all in the middle, just wad it in the middle, that would be wrong because it's not going to get an even amount of curl through the whole thing. Another thing that would be wrong would be to leave the hair coming out the ends. So if I did that, if I had any hair coming out the ends, it's going to get damaged and, you know, kind of fried. It's not going to curl as well. So those are some things to think about. Also, another thing that would be incorrect would be to get way too much hair. See how I've gotten a real too wide a parting? So if I did that, then it wouldn't have, it's not going to get a good curl. So, you know, that would not be near as good as doing the thin parting. So now to show you once again the correct way, the amount of that parting should be the same size as the permanent rod. And then try to keep the hairs about the same width as the paper, and the paper goes out a little further than the end of the hair. So there's a couple of different ways that you could section this and part it. I could have gone straight down in the back with a whole row of permanent rods and then done another row over here, another row, so like 3 rows. But I like to do it this way, kind of bricked where it isn't straight. I think that you have less just kind of like holes where you can see exactly where that row. I think this looks a little bit better this way. Now the rod, there's a little hook. You go across there. So this one, I'm just going to slide it into that little hook and it'll just stay in place a little bit better. Now, another problem, if you take the hair too far back, let's show you one of those. Like if you did real far pulling forward. So this would be another incorrect wrapping. If see how instead of going straight up, I'm kind of pulling forward, and then whenever I put that in, it's like sitting on top, so it's got to curl forward. That would be incorrect also.